Hello my good people. So today I'm in Nyandarua County. This is Kinamba, in a place near Jabini town, and I'd like to maybe comment on something concerning dairy production in this particular area. This forms part of what we call high potential areas in dairy production, as you find in dairy development master plans. And in this case, therefore, it's actually one of the main places where you could find very improved genetics. The talk of where you could find a rich genetic pool. The reason for this is even because of the history of the place. This particular area is actually part of the White Highlands, what was used to be called the White Highlands. Of course, the initial stages of dairy industry or dairy production was majorly practiced in Naivasha, spread to the highlands. It was advanced by the white settlers, and even if it wasn't that widespread, the indigenous people used to do what is called subsistence farming. That is just production just for their household consumption. They used to have one or two animals, and after independence, crossbreeding was done. Crossbreeding the indigenous zebus with the Holsteins, and maybe if I could maybe add on something, you see, the Holsteins came from Holland as they were closed with the indigenous cattle. Now we began working on the pedigree hierarchy, and as you can tell, it's way over 60 years ago, and it means the people who occupied these lands around 1960s, 1970s, of course, started rearing these exotic breeds. And as you see in the pictures that I will attach, although you can also see in the background that these places are actually very rich in the land is very fertile, climate is excellent. They now started breeding the animals, and of course with time, as you know, once a breed has been passed through various video stages, it becomes a pedigree. And once you get to pedigree level, it means that you have got so many advantages, and key among them being the production part. The animals can be able to yield more, they're able to give you more milk, they are more resilient, of course, based on the foundation. If you happen to be looking for maybe a cow to introduce to your area, maybe your area is far from, not nearby, and you would like to introduce the exotic cow, maybe another place where you could check for a cow. I don't sell cows, sorry, and although I'm giving the commentary, is in Nyandarua in its whole entirety, although majorly in Kinangop parts, and North Kinangop, South Kinangop. These are the best areas to check for dairy cattle, because of course I've told you they are highlands, and I've got a rich history. The other areas in Kenya where we have got richer and of course better breeds are in Githunguri. They have done breeding in an intensive way of working on the breeding part, and of course again you also get very good breeds over there. Yes, I can see right now that these people are actually working majorly. They used to do extensive systems, and as you can see over there, you can see they are doing it in extensive way. They do extensive grazing majority of the times, but it's also semi-intensive because the animals will come back at home and they'll get some concentrates. I'm still trekking and telling you this story, and actually, as you can see the background, of course, fodder production is not an issue in Nyandarua. Proper management of the nutrition, that's the reason, one of the reasons why maybe they could be failing to do very well in terms of production, maybe failing to maybe reach a place like Githunguri with smaller pieces of land, yet they are doing very well, or rather in terms of production per animal is way high. I think the average is over 20 liters, and in this particular area it's within the normal digits that were being given by the ministry. I think it's just around 7 to 8 liters. 7 to 8 liters. It's fairly be good, although it's not the best that we could obviously have. What we can do is get some lessons from here, and one of the major things is that, one, the genetic pool is good, it's diverse. I know maybe we don't have a lot of information on the same, maybe you haven't found a lot of history on how it all came to being. I know from the few couple of the animals that were brought in, then the others that were being, and maybe I could have mentioned something. You see, in 1954 there was what was called the Swinnerton Plan. That's again one of the things that in those early stages made dairy farming be taken more seriously by the government. Of course, they recognized it as one of the key drivers in the economy, and they did implement quite a number of things in parliament of the same. And with time, subsequent governments of course took it up, and as I've just mentioned, even past independence, there was a fusion of the same. Government really supported dairy farmers. They were able to breed their animals, and through that, I know, is one of the reasons why we already have a rich genetic pool. We do not have a breeding issue in Kenya. That is our conclusion at Dairyverse. What we have is an issue to do with management of our herd, management of the production systems. That is the challenge that we do have. Otherwise, when we talk about breeding, yes, it is a concern in some areas, although you don't have to import a dairy cow in order to have an exotic animal. In some places, you find that people have to import from far places. For example, I have a friend in Guinea. They tell me that they have to go to Mali to import the animals in their country, or rather go to Senegal to import exotic animals into their country. But you see, our case here in the eastern part of Africa, we already have the breeds. Actually, if you read through history of how it got to where we are right now, even places like Uganda, Tanzania, among the other countries that are around us, you find that it's way in more advanced stages. It's not that rudimentary, it's quite advanced, and therefore what we need to do is actually improve on how we go about taking care of our animals, taking care of our production systems. And I don't have a lot to say, but maybe to mention something on the value chains, and not just value chains but marketing. And marketing of our produce is one of the key things. And as I was just walking around, I just found a place where these people normally, and majority of the places when you visit, you see this, what do you call them, some shade where they keep milk before they could be bought. And majorly people rely on cooperatives in this area. There are a number of cooperatives from South Kinangop all the way to North Kinangop, and many other areas. We have got Okarao Dairy, we've got Turaga, we've got many others. We also have private buyers. We've got the leading companies purchasing milk from these farmers. We also have got retailers who normally aren't organized, but they buy from them. We normally recommend people to sell to cooperatives because you get, among many other benefits, one of the things is that you get subsidized input. Of course, at all times you find that the cooperatives will be supporting you in terms of the insemination, extension, cause when it comes to feeds. I know, for example, Turaga Dairy Cooperative is in North Kinangop, not far from where we are, maybe about 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers from where I am. You find that they do offer AI services. They have got, they actually have got a plant where they make their own dairy milk for the farmers who sell milk to them. They're also working on improving the quality of their output, and therefore making them very competitive. They are making yogurt from the milk. I don't know whether they still do milk powder, but these are still efforts to make sure that their products are quite competitive in the field, and they are actually fetching better prices. And in so doing, I know way back about 15 years ago, milk used to be disposed of. Actually, people make a joke on how even dogs used to run away when they see the owner with the milk in can, and when they suspect that it is full of milk, if they fail to get a market. And way past Okarau towards Nyahururu, towards Laikipia County, we also have got the KCC. KCC buys milk around those areas. That's on Jororok, over the other side in Nyandarua, and also some parts of Laikipia. We also have got Nyala. Nyala is in the Aberdares. There's a place called Wajohi in Nyandarua. It was named Nyala, Nyandarua, and La for Laikipia. Last time I was there, it was about 8 years ago. They were actually doing very well in terms of producing dairy milk for their farmers. They're also offering financial services. They were also offering what we call artificial insemination services. They also have got a very robust system, and milk prices are always very competitive in that area. You find that they are selling it at between 45 and 50 shillings, which is fair. If you're able to maintain your production costs low enough, you will be able to earn more. And actually, especially in these areas, because the lands are still vast, however much maybe they could be more subdivided, but they are still large tracts of land, so production cost isn't much of a problem to them. Maybe what I could say is that we need to work on the nutrition of our cattle. In another forum was a participant. One of the key areas that the GIZ was raising was that, yes, you see, issues to do with protein deficiency was one of the areas that they were looking forward to investing more, giving them more of feeds to produce more leguminous feeds for the animals. Of course, due to the climatic reasons, at times maybe something like Lusan won't do that well, but in Naivasha it does very well. In Karo and also the Dramea estates, you can find that. And also we have got what do we call them, Marura over there. They are also doing very well. They even produce, say, Lusan for commercial sale. The area is pretty blessed. Maybe what we need to do is work more towards implementing, or rather working on our nutrition. The area is very productive. I know you can derive one or two things from here, and I am also sure I have been involved in various projects where animals are producing way over 30 liters. In North Kinangop, people are having such testimonies, and therefore draws the conclusion, or rather I draw the conclusion from this, and say that we do not have a breeding problem in Kenya. What we have is a livestock production systems challenges, and we can be able to work on them through nutrition, employing advanced technologies in our nutrition. Yes, and as dairyvers, we have got various solutions that will help you be able to up your game in terms of the nutrition part. Of course, we will not talk much about the soils and all that, what is lacking, what is not lacking in that. I know it's gonna be a very long discussion, but with time I will endeavor to talk about this in our channel. And anyway, I would like to thank you all for your continued support. My name is Samson Kerry, a livestock production systems expert at Dairyverse Consulting Limited. Dairyverse, we offer various solutions, and be attached to the end of this video. You can visit us at RNG Plaza, 5th floor, suite OF9, along Ronald Gara Street. WhatsApp 0743 699 774. Thank you.